Hey everybody, this is Dalstone here doing a Let's 3D model. And today we're gonna be doing we're gonna do a little bit of Maya and a little bit of Substance Designer, or sorry, Substance Painter. So I just need to get a nice little drink here. And yeah, so I've just kind of been running around today doing some errands, and I was like, you know what, I wanna put up another video. So yeah, so the first thing about Substance Painter is you always want to have your UVs laid out properly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is like laid out properly and that's all looking good. So let me just quickly do a layout. It looks like it's pretty good, but you know, I want to I want to make sure that I have full control of the seams and stuff. So let me just quickly go into Hypershade here. World grid material doesn't seem to be a very good material. It's kind of been breaking a lot of things in Unreal, so that's kind of a lesson that I've learned here, working with Maya and Unreal, and doing BSP work and throwing it into Maya, or Maya LT at least. So it's definitely something I'm gonna probably have to change in the near future, or in my next projects. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a new Fong texture, and I'm going to, oh sorry, you guys don't get to see the Hypershade, my bad. And I'm just gonna put in my trusted UV texture. Where is it? Public 3D art UV text. There we go. I always use this as my trusty for my UVs. Sorry, I have to get used to like showing you guys everything on one screen. I'm so used to, I'm super spoiled, and I'm used to having my 3 monitors. But for your guys' sake, it's definitely important that you guys see everything. So let's see here, save layouts. Let's go to UV editor, and now you guys can see the UV editor. I'm gonna dim this a bit so you can see where the UVs are at. I'm also gonna turn on the UV borders. Hello. I feel like something just happened. Oh no, you guys are probably hearing these hummings and stuff like that, and that's all coming from my washing machine stuff like literally right next door. Sorry about that, guys, but I wish. I mean, this microphone's not very good at. I mean, I'm not gonna blame the microphone. You know, it's my keyboard. My keyboard's just super loud, and so that's why you guys can hear all of my clicking and stuff like that. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. So I'm just gonna cut this here, and I'm going to sew everything else. Now, to be honest with you, usually I don't like creating like super clean props. Like, this is no dents, like perfectly just bought from the Walmart or whatever. I probably shouldn't say Walmart and advertise for them, but yeah, like this is like a perfect. Usually I like to add dents and all this and that to props, right? But I'm looking at it in a way where it's like, okay, you know, these are assets that I'm probably going to be using in other levels. Like, I want to try and reuse as many assets as possible. I'm learning that at work, right? Like at work, it's constantly about, okay, guys, we need to reuse, and it's kind of starting to come into my work as well a little bit. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but all I know is like a lot of things that I'm learning from work, and you know, I'm also kind of, it's transferring over into my personal work, which is good. I mean, I'm sure that's a good thing, but I'm sure a lot of artists are kind of like, hey man, you know, this is your personal work. You get to kind of do what you want to do, right? Like, don't let work be work. Let your personal work be your personal work, right? And but I mean, I just can't help it. I mean, I've been contemplating a lot about creating more stylized scenes and stylized assets, and I think after this I'll definitely be doing more stylized work to kind of practice more of what I'm doing at work, or at home. But all right, so sorry guys, I'm kind of rambling a little bit here. I'm just kind of going in and just fixing up seams and adding seams where I want it. So I want the seam here, so I'm just gonna actually cut this. I was gonna unfold this. I'm gonna cut this and make sure that all the other corners, the seams are gone. Yep, so that's good. And then I'm going to unfold this. Unfold that. There we go. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna smoothen it out a bit more. There we go. Okay. And yeah, so in Substance Painter, having UVs laid out really well is really important. I mean, I guess that's with everything though, right? So I mean, it's always good to have good UVs. So just making sure that you have good UVs, no overlapping UVs. I know that Painter hates overlapping UVs, so I'm just gonna go through that as well. I think I've already done a couple of Substance Painter Let's 3D models. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but I really enjoy using Substance Painter. The same reasons why I really enjoy using ZBrush. It's just I like being able to sculpt things. I like being in control, right, of my 3D models and stuff like that. And sometimes in, I mean, Quixel is pretty good too. Like, don't get me wrong. I use Quixel for quite some time, and even in some of my earlier videos, I was using Quixel. But there's just some things that I just didn't really enjoy about using Quixel. Like I like being able to paint on top of things, and I also, honestly, I don't like relying on Photoshop, right? And Photoshop is I love Photoshop, but you know, if I can not rely on it, it'd be nice. Okay, so I'm noticing that there's some issues here going on. You know, it's not completely clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Unitize tool, and I'm going to go to two edges, contain edges. I think I've already shown you guys this tool before, but I'm just going to do it again. And I want the seam to be here, so I'm just going to unselect these edges, and I'm just going to go move and sew now. And now we have this kind of nice square looking shape. And then I'm just going to unfold options. I'm going to unfold on vertical, and then now we'll have that. Then I'll unfold horizontal. That didn't look so good. And then what I'll do is, so now I have this kind of thing. Let's go. Yeah, see, so that didn't really work out that well either. So I mean, yeah, that's not working as well as I wanted as well. So I think I'm just gonna keep it. I'm not gonna save. I'm gonna undo this unitize. I was hoping that it works, but it just didn't. So we're gonna undo that. So what we're gonna do then is we're gonna do a few more cuts to kind of relieve some of the stress that the UVs are causing. So I'm just gonna cut here. Cut here, and this should help make the unfold and stuff like that a little bit nicer, so that the UVs will look a little bit nicer. Cut there. So if I unfold this now, it should be a little bit nicer. It's a tad bit nicer. I wouldn't say it's much nicer. No, it's not nicer at all. Okay, so go back, redo all that. If I want this to be really, really nice, I guess there's only one way to do it. Where is that? And it's going to be literally cutting the corners on it. Like each corner will be cut up on its own. So let's see. So if I wanted to do that. And this is me being super picky. Like, no one's really gonna notice this piece that much, to be honest. But I'm being a little bit picky about it. So I'm just gonna cut this here, and I'm just gonna have two pieces. I'm gonna have a piece here and a piece here. And what should happen now is if I unfold this, right? And then I just smoothen it out. It's gonna be a lot better. Still not even that good. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just going to. Again, I'm being super nitpicky right now. I mean, this doesn't need to be this perfect. It's such a small detail inside the model. I mean, honestly, I'd probably get a lot of shit for stuff like this because it's like, okay, dude, no one's ever gonna notice this. So the amount of time that you're putting into trying to fix this is definitely not worth it. So yeah, I mean, you would get some flack for sure for trying to make this perfect when it's not that important, but it's okay. So yeah, I mean, I know for me the reason why I enjoy doing these let's plays or these let's 3D models is because, again, there's no editing. Like, I'm not gonna, unless there's like a huge chunk where I screw up. And I'll be honest with you guys, on my wedding day I actually recorded a video, and then there was just so much shit that went wrong that I didn't even bother uploading that video. I was just like, dude, this is not worth uploading onto my channel. So I ended up not uploading it. Yeah, yesterday I was like, I had some time in between, like, getting ready and stuff like that, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do a quick video, and and yeah, and then I ended up not even posting it. I was like, dude, this is so crap. Like, you spent a good 20 minutes just trying to figure out how this thing worked, and I was like, no, not gonna post this up. Not gonna do that to you guys. Okay, so so I'm just gonna isolate this here, this little circular thing. This is supposed to kind of be like the rotating point or whatever. And I'm gonna put the seam at the very bottom, so that no one's ever gonna see it. So I'm gonna cut it there, and I'm just gonna move in so. There we go. And I'm just going to take that full face, turn it into that, unfold it. Like, that doesn't look right, you know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't look right. Like, this isn't angled or anything, so I'm just gonna use the cylindrical mapping. And yeah, that doesn't seem to be what I want either. So nope. So I'm just gonna UVs cylindrical map. Yeah, that's not gonna work either. Okay, so I'm just going to. It's okay. It's okay. Again, it's another small detail that probably no one's ever gonna notice, anyways. So it's fine. I'm gonna leave it the way that it is. Try not to get too sidetracked, right? Now, what's all this? This is really important. I don't know. Oh, okay. So this is the bottom part. So I'm gonna have this is kind of gonna be like rubber, right? I'm gonna kill this face here because it's not gonna be needed, and that should make my UVs even easier. I'm going to move and sew that so that now I have one shell for this. And again, it's what's really awesome about Substance is that if you have things in separate shells, or things that are in one shell, it makes selecting it a lot easier in Substance Designer. And another thing that I really enjoy about Substance Designer, yeah, I've just kind of fallen in love with how Substance Designer works. Really enjoy using it, and I think that's the reason why I've switched my workflow into a Substance Designer and Substance Painter workflow. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to do a cut there, and then just have these as separate pieces, and we should be good to go. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind the noises in the background with the laundry and stuff going on in the back. I have laundry and dishwashing going on right at the same time right now. and they're all next door to me, everything. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good now. I just need to not make it look so weird. I'm just gonna unfold that. Just unfold that a bit more. Unfold tool, unfold that. So now everything just looks kind of good. Okay, so that's done. I like to move things out of the way. I'm not gonna worry too much about this anymore. I spent way too much time on the other side of that, and I'm not gonna fall into that trap again. So now, what are these? So these are all part of this. And what I'll do for this is, I'll probably do the same thing. I will, I'll leave that cut, the top part cut, like that. And I'll just have, and the bottom part as well. And I'll just have this part sewn together. Just like that. And I'll move it over. This, I believe, is probably going to be the cylinder ends. And as long as they look fine, then it should be okay. Yeah, those look fine. Don't need to be changed. And the last but not least, these pieces over here. And okay, so this is the cylinder, which I already did. It's looking really wonky. So I might just, you know what, I'm just going to take a camera based, right? Oh, what's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm just going to go like that. UV based, camera based, right? And I remember someone inside the chat, or someone in chat was saying about like cylindrical mapping, and yeah, I mean that's the reason why I don't really use it that much anymore, because I tend to still have issues with it, and it's just really, yeah, I don't know why. I always have issues with it for some reason. For some reason now I can't even cut this anymore. So this and this needs to be cut, and then this needs to be cut there. So now let's see how this unwraps. Unfold. So now it's unfold like that, which is terrible. Oh, it's because of my unfold tool. I have to go to none. There we go. There. So, oh, that's probably what that was probably the issue the whole time, actually. So, dummy with the unfold tool. Okay, now I've been noticing this happening a lot too with my with my Maya as well. Is it starts to freak out with my keyboard. I don't really know why it does that. But it's been doing that a lot lately. So I'm just gonna unfold there, and this should look a lot better. Oh, no, that definitely doesn't look better. What happened here? There. Unfold. And I'm just gonna unfold this one as well. Unfold. There we go. And nope, not gonna save. Okay, so this video is it's getting pretty long actually, so I might just make this a UV layout one. Oh, sorry, what the hell did it do? Oh, unfold. That unfolded like that. It's really weird. Okay, you know what? I said I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it. Since this is just gonna be an unfolding video, I'm just going to clean this up a bit. I don't like the fact that it's cutting in and making some really ugly seams, so I'm just going to cut these here. And then just let it unfold. Just let them unfold. So I'm gonna unfold. Yeah, there we go. So now it's just unfolded like that, and you know, it looks nicer that way. I'm gonna save some UV space. I'm just gonna cut this here, and just gonna unfold this, rotate it a bit so it's nice and it's kind of squared. There we go. And there. So now we have our UVs. I'm gonna do a layout on it. So that's my layout. Everything should be all nice and perfect. These are kind of small, but I can't really do too much about it. There's lots of space here, so I can do like some pretty cool designs and stuff, like make my own logo or whatever I kind of want to if I want. But for now, I'm just gonna keep this the way it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Essentially, it was a UVing video, and I'll try and do a substance painter video next time. All right, thank you so much. See ya.